Duh.
Welcome to Pawn Boys. The other Pawn Boy isn't here. And if anybody wants to jump in and play Pawn Boy, that'd be awesome. Live from Jerk's Corner, we have Kirk Sherrod hanging out with us today. Thank you so much, Kirk, for actually making it on this holiday weekend. I know you had some family stuff going on this weekend, but thanks for being here, Kirk.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Hey, Alex. Hey, everybody. I'm down in New Orleans right now. I had to take a little trip. That's why I was late getting on the air. Yeah. Checking out the bike shops down here.
So, you seen any bike shops you like down there?
Not as much as, what? Wait a minute. Doesn't Lance live in New Orleans? Thought he did. I think, what? I must have gotten caught into some kind of time warp. I'm not in Utah anymore. Huh. Oh, hey, Alex.
Hi.
So,
Kirk,
Alex, are you in Utah?
I am not. I drove through Utah, actually, and I'm sorry to say I was unimpressed. But I drove from Oregon to Ohio. And I am in Ohio currently, which isn't better. So
That makes me think of something, Dennis.
What's that, Kirk?
That I think Mark Twain said that there are only 3 cities in the U.S. New York, San Francisco, and New Orleans, and everything else is Cleveland. Yeah, something like that.
Wow, Kirk, you crack me up. Whether you're Kirk or 8 inches too tall to be Kirk, you still crack me up.
I think I got stretched in the time warp.
I think you did.
Yeah, some kind of rack.
wait, so I have to ask: is Lance just incredibly tall, or is Kirk incredibly short?
Yes.
I really don't know how tall Lance is. Kirk, do you know how tall Lance is?
Dennis? That's a question I've been trying to get him to answer me for about 7 hours now. And he's being elusive. And I can't quite reach up high enough to check. So if I had those high heels on, man.
The ones you sold.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was a really good day. I felt like a brony, clicking around the streets of Murray. It was a good time.
I do have to say your calves looked awesome in those. I'm just saying.
And the fact that you noticed, Dennis, I put a lot of work into those calves. A lot of work. And the opportunity to show them off exceptionally with a pair of high heels, are you kidding me? It was good. Good stuff. Yeah.
All right. Really we wear them anyway. Calves and ass,
Yes. The professor from Glass in the Class just said, are you ready? It's time to hashtag this one. Calves and ass.
Yes, I did.
You're doing your best to just fit in around here, Alex.
Well,
welcome to.
When you know communication, you adapt.
All right, way to bring it back home. Okay, so yeah, we got a fairly interesting show for you today. Ryan is still trying to get in here. Strange thing is, he just called me a second ago trying to start this call that I'm already in. I don't quite know how you do that. Hang on a second. He's video chatting me again.
Yeah, I see that on my phone.
Heard any good jokes lately, Alex?
Ryan, you there?
All right.
So you're not connected to the right call, Ryan.
I'm not.
No. No, but here, I'll show everybody to you. Of course, it's just your chest. Here's Ryan for you guys. There's
You're late.
sit back a little further. There's his watch. You can now see his, and part of his hand.
You're late.
And you can hear his kids. Ryan, I'm going to try and invite you to the right call again.
I think that.
I think Ryan got sucked into a time warp too.
Okay, I'm trying to send you another link here, Ryan.
Okay.
So let's yeah, we're actually live right now. We got Kirk connected in. I wish you could see him. He took a time warp trip down to New Orleans.
Nice. I've got like 5 computers that I've gone through since the start of this thing. Nothing's working, so.
You know, I've had that experience before.
It's frustrating.
Try
to send me another link.
I just sent you another link, but it should be trying to interrupt this link. So if it's not, I don't know what's going on. Because we're live. But if you want, you know, you can just stay right there. You guys can hear Ryan, right?
Yeah,
Or his kids coughing, as the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That doesn't sound good.
No.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Is that so? Nothing's coming through on that original thread. That original.
Okay, time out. Have you circled Lightning Pond?
What's that? Yeah.
You have you?
Yeah.
You're certain? Because
I'm certain.
if you haven't circled a page, you can't get on an HOA with a page. It's how Google protects us from getting spammed.
Well, let me see. That would be interesting if I wasn't.
Yeah, well, it'd be more interesting if the whole world just figured out right now.
Man, you'd never see anything like this on.
By the way, Sheila, I already sent the tag the way you just recommended that I do, but he was getting a "this link is broken," which suggests to me that he hasn't actually circled his own business's page. I think that deserves one of these if that's the case.
Okay, so I'm in a circle.
You have circled? All right. I wonder if your page has circled you, seeing that you don't control it. Let's find out if I'm the one that deserves one of these.
Happens to the best of us.
No, I got you circled here.
So what I'm saying is that hangout
Link?
link is there's nothing coming through. I don't know. Is there? Have you changed link or threads on that?
Nope. Let me try. I'm going to try the way I did it a few minutes ago, Ryan.
Okay.
A direct Hangout chat directly to you. But the last time we did this, it just didn't work, you said. There you go.
Okay, let's see.
I know you've seen it now. It'll kick you out of this one when you try and get into that one.
Yeah.
Here, guys. So you can see his puzzled, quizzical face. There you go. Oh, that's kind of freaky. I just happened to hold it in the right spot. It looks like me now. I've replaced my head with his head.
I don't know if that was the best
It's
move,
still
Dennis.
giving me that same error.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Ryan. So let's just leave you here. Oh, wait. No, maybe not. Bye-bye, Ryan. Okay. So here we go. I don't know what's going on.
Nothing like this ever happens at Jerk's Bike Shop in Murray, Utah. Just so you all know.
It never happens there?
No. We always just smooth sailing all together. Never. What? I wasn't talking to you. Go back to your room. Lance got out of his restraints. Not sure how that happened. But, what are we going to talk about now that we don't have anything to pawn?
Well, Kirk, what questions do you have for Ryan? We do actually have some things to pawn, too. I came prepared for this holiday weekend. So, yeah, we've got 5 items, but I don't know what they're worth.
Yes! That's like automatic win for me, right?
I kind of...
Let's do it.
So, but Kirk, do you have any questions for Alex that you would like to ask her?
I do actually. So there was a situation with the glassware, and since you're a glass explorer, I'm gonna dive right into the glass pool. Do I use words like maelstrom, firestorm? I don't think so.
No, you usually don't. Those are a little beyond your vocabulary.
So there was a sticky situation with the glass user who went to a restaurant. The restaurant asked her to take her glass off because it was making other diners uncomfortable. And she wrote a blog and then encouraged people to misuse a review system online. And then, Alex, if I'm not mistaken, you had a rather thoughtful response to it, but maybe the shorter version of how you came to your decision-making process about what happened with the glassware.
Hold on just a second. I'm going to try and put you over by the other speaker so you can hear them.
Okay. I have seen this going around, and I do have a personal opinion about it. It's not so much as just an explorer, but also as an educator, as someone who teaches. I am not happy about the way that they're saying that this act is educating the public and educating the restaurant owners about glass, because I find that inaccurate. And my example was, what if when my students walked in on the first day, I said, if you aren't not terrified to give a public speech by the end of this class, you fail. Is that teaching them public speaking? No, it's making them scared of public speaking, which totally defeats the purpose. So I think in saying, if you don't let us wear glass in here, you're going to get a bad review, so you better appreciate glass. You're not creating an appreciation for glass. You're not educating them about glass. You're stimulating more fear of glass. So I really don't appreciate it as a glass explorer, because I think it just makes my fight harder.
What? Don't mind me.
You're gonna have to fill that in a little bit more.
Yeah,
Can't
um,
believe
I
you guys
think
let
the
me
last
tell
time your
you
pen
about-
was a little thicker.
you have any Sharpies?
That I think what was it a Sharpie that you used the last time? Yeah, let's use a Sharpie again, Kirk. It worked for you once.
I'm trying to think of it. You know what I bet will happen when my molecules scramble in the time warp? I bet you that this will fall off when I get teleported back
To Utah?
Utah. That's the one. Alex, I read what you wrote, and well, wait, actually Lance read what you wrote, and he told me about it. And my issue, and for anybody watching who isn't up to the hoo-ha that was surrounding that, a glassware went into a restaurant. The restaurant, unless I said that already, went into a restaurant. He said, "Take off your glass." She got mad and unleashed the fury of the internet with her cohorts and basically ruined the restaurant's rating on a public review, on a public online review system. Whether or not people had actually been to the restaurant, they were simply damning them. Damning them for having her take the glass off. And I'm with you in that the education part, Alex, that browbeating people into submission and under the I need a better vocabulary. Under the guise of education, I'm getting choked up about it. Really. I agree with you, and it's creating fear around a technology that, quite honestly, I would like to have when I'm mountain biking myself, up a 45-degree angle of some crazy mountain thing to have glass on. But I don't want somebody coming up beside me and knocking me off my bike because they read the reviews by this group of people. So I'm with you. So Alex, how do you think things are going to turn out for glass in general after this fairly well-known event has taken place?
It's really hard to say. I've met a lot of glass explorers that have run into issues. I personally haven't, but I'm also very aware of. I haven't. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a chick. I don't know, but I'm also really aware of where I wear glass. I wear it I always wear it generally in the college setting. Like, I'm not going to go to Walmart wearing glass. I think that's just asking for bad news, in my opinion. But there have been a lot of, that lady that apparently got beat up because she was wearing glass, and then they found out that she said some pretty nasty things.
I saw that video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of this kind of fear, and someone mentioned in the comments, and I totally agree, with any new technology there's going to be a fear. It just upsets me that I feel like when you become an explorer, you take on the role of an educator. You take on the role of, yeah, people are going to be scared of what you're doing. They're going to question you. They might even be really angry when they first see you. You're taking on that role of trying to explain to them that it's not what they think it is, that it's not something to be feared. I still have hope for it. I think there are still a lot of people that are interested in glass, but it also still has a really long way to go. I know they were supposed to release it this summer, and now they're pushing that back again because it's in beta for a reason. It's not ready for everybody to have. I mean, I call myself tech-tarded, and I have glass, but it's just another setback. I don't think that it's going to totally ruin it. Obviously, there are some of us that are not happy about it, and some of us that support it. You're going to have that with any argument. So I still think I still have hope for glass. Otherwise, I would have just sent it back to them or tried to sell it.
What do you think, Dennis? Dennis?
I want to know if we're still echoing. I've only got one person telling me we're echoing, and
I don't hear any
yeah,
echo. Echo.
I'm not
Echo.
hearing any echo.
Echo.
So,
Just inside here.
and what's the echo like in there, Kirk?
Well, have you ever had a empty 5-gallon paint bucket with 4 marbles in it and the lid on and giving it a good shake? Like that? You ever done that, Dennis?
No, I haven't. But
It's popular down here in New Orleans.
I can.
It's popular.
Why?
It's a popular thing. That's what it sounds like, Dennis. Just like that. Hey, Alex, what kind of pill bottle is it that you're supposed to be opening today?
All right.
It's not even the pill bottle that is this. I'm totally cool with they're just pain relievers. I literally just went and picked up some pain relievers. It's really small and it seems really, non-threatening. Good stuff. Pain relief. Easy to swallow tablets, apparently. That's not the scary part.
What is the scary part?
The scary part is what's inside. And Dennis said
it's pretty scary.
You said I don't have to touch it. I'm not touching it.
What's inside your pill
No,
bottle?
that is correct. What I said was you can use gloves and tweezers today.
Yeah, I'm not going to use gloves, but I do have tweezers.
We're helping you in a course towards overcoming your fears. So when you come back on Network Roundtable in July, continue talking about movement. That's when we want you to have moved to the progression of being able to take them out with your fingertips. At that point, we can say,
what?
Hopefully. I'm dealing with a fear publicly.
What's your fear? What is it?
It's cotton balls.
In general, or just cotton balls and pill bottles?
No, just cotton balls in general. I just always only run into them when I get pills because otherwise I don't have them in my house.
Is it what is it about cotton balls, Alex? I'm going to ask you the hard questions.
I think it's really that they lie. I think that's what it is because they look fluffy, like they make me think of clouds and happiness. But when you touch them, they have like a hard center, and then some jerk pulls one apart, and I have to like leave. I can't. Like just the sound and the feeling, like I can feel it for them, and I don't. It makes me very uncomfortable.
So can you see one, or is it a tactile? Sorry.
Like it started as just like I just can't touch them, but now when I see them, I can like feel what it feels like to touch them, and I just have to leave the room.
Yeah, I knew somebody who has an aversion, and I'm not going to say had because she still has it, has an aversion to wooden cooking utensils specifically. She can't touch.
Was it a fear of splinters? Because I've thought about that.
I'm not to add to your situation. I don't want to get you over one hurdle and create another one. I couldn't. She just said she just couldn't stand seeing them. The thought of touching them, like having to touch them, just yeah. So it was a tactile issue for her.
Yeah,
so
that's what
it would trigger. Just seeing them would trigger because the fear of possibly having to pick one up or, be near it where it would touch her. Then she did not do well with that. So she would use an oven mitt to put them in the dishwasher.
That's genius, actually. I tend to make sure that if I am opening a new pill bottle, I make sure there's someone around. Because even when I use tweezers, I can like feel it through the tweezer.
I, I didn't ever have the heart to mention to him that you don't put wooden cooking utensils in the dishwasher, but I thought, wow, she's got enough going on. I don't need to make her feel bad about it. Um,
I would think that she would just like not have them.
but she was at her mother's house,
Okay.
and of course,
Okay.
you'd think growing up in what I'm sure was a really supportive and wooden kitchen utensil free zone that mom wouldn't have, had them in the house, but I guess your mom probably has cotton balls in her house, right?
She does. She does.
Is it hard to visit her with all those cotton balls everywhere? You never know where they could be. There could be one in the sofa cushion. One could fall out of the cabinet.
Don't.
Oh, wait, this is help. Help. Sorry. So, are cotton balls really made of cotton, or are they some kind of synthetic thing? The ones in like pill bottles I'm talking about, because I never really thought about it before.
I don't know. I don't know. But I just like when I was really little, I thought that they looked like clouds, and
They
it
used
just
to
it
glue
made,
them on pictures to make
yeah,
them.
as clouds, and it made me so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get to feel that like light, airy, just like I don't know, like what a teddy bear would feel like.
Do
And
you believe in reincarnation?
sometimes it depends on the
Well,
day.
is right now one of those times?
Are you gonna say I'm gonna come back as a cotton ball?
Oh, I'm not. That's just, this is random stuff. So, are there any pain relievers or pills that you can buy that don't have cotton balls?
I don't
There's some that come in those little pop out.
Right, right. Yeah, I think they sell or like now a bunch of stuff comes in liquid like NyQuil. I don't have to buy pills anymore. I can just buy the liquid form.
Oh,
So
right.
that's
And it would be more fast acting that way.
yeah, yeah, so it's a win-win for me.
Wow. Yeah. See, people are looking out for you.
They are. It is a real phobia. I looked it up on Google. There are other people that suffer from it.
Okay. Well, actually, Lance told me about one of his phobias, and he said it was okay if I talked about it. So Lance used to have a dreaded phobia of escalators. Not
Really?
because he was worried he was going to get crushed into bits. He just thought he was going to get wrapped around and just continue. He was very unsure of himself about when to step off the escalator. Seems pretty clear to me that when you get to the top of the escalator or the bottom, you just step off, right? Anybody?
But I could see that. Like I thought about that anytime I go traveling and you have to like, you use the escalators to take your suitcase because no one wants to carry it up the stairs. I always carry it up the stairs because I'm like, nope, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be that person.
Yeah.
I could get that. I'm just sounding like a hypochondriac. Like I'm scared of that, and I'm scared of that, and I'm scared of that.
Well, acknowledging the fear is the first step out. It's the first step.
It is.
You're making strides here today on Pawn or Live. Oh wait, nope. What's it called, Dennis?
What's what called, Kirk?
It's not Pawn or Live. What is it?
Oh, it's pawn or die.
Oh,
Are we gonna do pawn or die before we have her open the bottles?
I don't know.
I think we should because I'll be in a better mindset without the, like I'll be able to focus. After the pill bottle, I'll just be like, I'll just say $40 for everything. So
Quick point of order. Is there?
Okay.
I can't really see these comments that people are posting, so I have absolutely no idea what anybody in the audience is talking about. Is there anybody out there that has been contributing something that maybe they have a question for Alex or anything? Anybody that can see?
Yeah. Well, we've had a few comments. One of the comments, there was a question by my wife Cheryl Cheryl's actually in the room. Cheryl, do you want to voice your own question there? Oh, she's going to come be in the camera, it looks like. It's a holiday.
Alex,
Yes, Cheryl.
can you eat cotton candy?
I can because it doesn't lie.
Because it is a cloud.
Yeah, it's fluffy.
You're my cotton eating sister.
Yeah.
That's a really good question, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. Hey,
Yes, Kirk.
that's a good question. How you doing, babe? Yeah.
Thanks, Kirk.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a good question.
Okay.
Love cotton candy.
So we also had somebody, let's see, melaniesguidelines.com says, OMG, you guys are totally not helping. Yeah.
Helping what?
Helping our dear friend Alex. Just kind of making fun of her, actually. It's pretty
Which is fine.
Just for the record, I'm not Dr. Kirk. I don't know. I just try whatever seems to happen at the moment. Alex, you seem like you're doing fine. So.
Thank you.
Lance admitted his escalator issue, so let's.
Yeah, you helped a little bit. You admitted your own fear. That makes me feel better.
Well, actually, now that was Lance's. He told me it was okay to talk about it, since he's busy. He's tied up.
Tied up at the moment. Dustin Stout actually has a really good question for me.
But that's too big a word for you, Kirk.
You got to tone it down.
I don't even know what language you're speaking right now, Dennis. I don't even know what language that is. Those aren't real words, and you're just trying to confuse me. Remember the 5-gallon bucket with 4 marbles in it, Dennis? Alex, you said Dustin Stout had a question.
Yeah, he has. Just because I do actually have an answer. He was like, "How did you feel about the movie Elf when Buddy starts eating them?" I saw Elf in theaters. I had to walk out. Oh my God, that is like.
Wait,
that is like the penultimate of fear, having to eat them.
Eat cotton balls, you're saying? Well, I don't want to eat cotton balls either.
I learned pageant participants, they do that to reduce appetite. Fun fact for the day.
Wait, time out. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I had a really good friend that does pageants, and she was going for Miss Oregon, like the state, whatever, and the majority of them eat cotton balls so that they don't eat during the day, and in the mornings they eat blueberries so they get just enough fiber to push it out at the end of the day.
And if that doesn't make you feel better by leaps and bounds, Alex, I don't know what will.
I was just like, I could never do pageants. Done. Decision made.
That's...
Okay, guys. All right. So, Ryan, why are you trying to call me again? I thought we covered this.
Any comments?
Okay, yeah, there's lots more comments, but
what's happening?
I want to move to our Pawn or Die game.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And we've got something new this week for Pawn or Die. This thing is pretty freaking cool. This came from John Harris. He loved the Pawn or Die game so much that he created this for us. Are you ready?
Pawn or Die.
Okay, that's part 2 of what sounds like inside my head, Dennis. Part 2. Toss that in the pot.
Is that epic or what?
That was great. John Harris is the audience, right?
I think it's epic. I like the little squeaky voice. That's the best part
Yeah.
of my.
John Harris is with us right now, right? Is he in the audience? I can't see a thing.
No,
Yes.
John isn't actually with us in the audience. We do have Dustin Stout, Kevin Burns, Rhonda Green, Stephanie Sims, Ryan Miner, Sheila Dubois, Cheryl is both in the room, and Joe Ray, Delilah, Melanie's Guidelines. Yeah, we got all sorts of people here. So, hi, everybody. All right, so here we go. Pawn or die. Seeing that we're not at the pawn shop, we're going to have to play it just a little bit differently.
Okay.
And Ryan, we're going to need your help out there in the real world. So I'm going to put up pictures of the items for pawn or die, and Alex, you need to guess their price, which I will type in the stream, but Ryan, after she's guessed, you're going to need to put in what the actual sell and buy price was so that we... I don't know why I said your name like that, Rhonda Green. I didn't even know. I love you. Don't know what I did. I'll have to go back and watch that. Okay, so our first item is, let me see where I've got all of these.
Do we need to explain the rules?
You know, Kirk, do you want to take a moment and explain the rules while I find out where the heck I put these photos?
Okay. All right, Alex, you ready?
I'm ready.
You have $5,000 imaginary pawn dollars, right?
Okay.
You're trying to stay in business. You're going to buy 5 items. You need to buy them for as near as possible to what they were purchased for
Okay.
in Lightning Pawn without going over. You can spend as little or as much as you want. But the closer you come to Keystone, you know what Keystone is, which is buy something, and Keystone is the markup,
Okay.
and you want to get it as close to a Keystone price, which is close to what was paid for it, so that you can make money. And the idea is typically it's 2 to 2.25, 2.5 markup, depending on what it is and how well it was. I'm smarter than I look. That's my saving grace right there. Yeah, that was it. That was it, right? Did I do it, Dennis?
It's pretty good, Kirk.
Okay.
I think you
So
pretty much
then what
explained it
happens?
there.
The real prices will come up, and if you're right in the ballpark, and you end up being the person with the best guesses for your 5 items, you will win pawn or die you will come back for a pawn or die off at the end of June.
Pawn
Is
off.
that correct? Pawn off.
It's a pawn off.
Pawn off.
Okay. So basically, whatever I think the price is, I need to do math, and I need to try to figure out what 2 times less that price would be.
We'll get you started on the first one so you can get the concept of it. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, so the key thing is just what would you pay as the pawn store? Keep in mind, you've got to be able to double that price. So you kind of need to be thinking about what might it sell for and then divide that in half. That was a good way to do it.
Okay.
Dennis,
Okay.
you know what I just remembered? You know what
What?
people tell me sometimes? They tell me that I kind of look like
What did I tell you, Kirk?
that I kind of look like Lance.
You know, I got to tell you, Kirk, today more than I have been thinking that
Okay.
through
Okay.
the whole show. I keep thinking, holy cow! I mean, all the mannerisms are definitely. But You look a lot like Lance.
It's it's a burden sometimes. All right, let's pawn or die. That's what I'm ready.
I can imagine it being a burden.
That means
Okay, all right, here we
I meant to say-
go. Okay, so I'm going to screen share up.
Okay.
Here is the first item. Right there.
Oh, that's a
So,
whole lot of magic. That's what
Take
that
a look at that.
A ladder?
Yeah. It is a ladder. It is a little giant ladder. And if you saw the picture, the Auto Awesome picture that was created of this, it was, well, say,
dizzy.
terrifying.
It was dizzy.
Yes, I don't know what Google was thinking when they did that, but yeah. So, what do you think that you would pay for that step ladder?
Whoa.
And I don't get to know like how old it is or anything. Like what is it?
We're gonna help her with this one, Dennis. Let's
Was
help
it
her.
regularly used or is it relatively new?
What's the condition, Dennis?
Yeah.
It's in really good condition, actually.
Like
Yeah.
new? Like new condition?
It's like new condition, yeah.
I've never purchased a ladder.
If it's any comfort to you, it's not made of cotton balls.
that is comforting.
No,
And-
it's made of aluminum, and it's made in Utah.
Oh, made in the U.S.
Yes, the little giant ladders are from Utah, so
It's
they're really awesome.
Aluminium.
Right, Kirk?
Yeah, it's aluminium.
Aluminium.
Yeah. That's what Chris Davies from London would say. Aluminium. So tell her what it does. Maybe that would help, Dennis. It's just, or maybe I'll tell her.
It does a lot of things. This is a multifunctional ladder.
Oh.
You can turn it into
It's a step
saw-
ladder.
Send it out.
You can do a sawhorse. This particular one has that safety thing at the top of it. I'm showing everybody my computer because I'm trying to actually post this picture to the stream here. So yeah, what else does it do? It's an extension ladder. The thing is like all that and a barrel of monkeys.
Okay.
And for some reason, the picture that I'm posting to the event is actually turned sideways. So enjoy, everybody.
So you've never seen a ladder like this, have you, Alex?
Well, you know, my dad is an architect, and for fun, he does a lot of woodworking. So he has a pretty nifty ladder, but I've never had to purchase one myself. But I'm gonna go. I feel like $50 would be a safe price.
$50, she says. Let's move on to the next one.
$50, okay. So I don't actually know the price, so Ryan have to tell us whether or not she did okay on that one. So she bid $50. I'm gonna put that in. Oh, Cheryl's taking care of the notes. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate that. Okay, so we are gonna look at our next item. Ryan, please let us know whether she pawned or died. This one might be a little bit easier for you. I actually picked it myself. This was the only one of the 5 items that I selected, and it was to try and make it a little easier for somebody who produces HOAs. So, yeah, there's an upside-down version. There you go.
Is that a magic 8-ball?
The
Oh my
USB
gosh.
dual ball microphone.
I
Right.
have one of those.
There, see, I was trying to be helpful there for you.
That is helpful. Mine's white though. I like it. Looks kind of like ET.
Look at that. She's the same microphone. Hold that back up again. That's cool.
I do. I do.
Wait
See
a
that?
minute. Wait a second. What's with this situation? There's a little rigging going on around here.
I didn't know she had one. When I kind of,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to impugn your. Wait, that's not what I meant to say. I don't
Can
want
you
to.
describe impugn, Kirk?
I think I saw her on Bourbon Street. She looked lost.
You saw impugn. Okay, good.
She looked
All
lost.
right.
Okay, so is that
what would you pay for a blue ball?
is it also new
That sounds-
condition? New condition in the box with the little tripod thing?
No, actually, it's in a little bit of a rough condition, and it does not have the stand. Or what, Kirk? What are you doing? I've never seen you laugh like this, Kirk. What's up?
Oh boy. I'm back. Go ahead.
Kirk, what were you laughing about there?
I special things, That's it. I'm excited. I'm happy. That's it. Feeling happy about life.
Special thing.
Yeah, specialness. Did she
Special.
bid? Did she bid? Did I lose my
Not yet. Okay, if it's in rough condition, I'm gonna go with $10.
You'll pay $10 for the blue mic. All right, I am adding the blue mic as we speak. This is really a slow process, especially when these things are off in some weird folder. Really convenient for when I'm producing my shows, but not for when I'm actually running show. Whose idea was this, Dennis? Okay. Oh, all right. Well, that's uploading.
Hey, Dennis.
Because it's a little while. Yeah,
Okay.
Kirk.
Go plus yourself.
Kirk, there's no search merit on that. I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so there we go. There is the blue ball.
$10.
$10 was the price on the blue ball.
All right.
All right, so we're going to screen share again here. Are you ready? And where do we go? There we are.
Oh, look, it's a blue ball.
The blue ball still, yep. We got a few pictures of the blue ball because we were trying to make an auto awesome out of it.
I can see your chat conversation right there, my friend.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Kirk. Sorry about that, Kirk. I was showing off private communication between the two of us in the background there. All right.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
This is, see, this thing's pretty cool. It's got a CD player. See that down there in the bottom?
Okay.
A CD player down there.
Yeah.
It also has, it has a USB input. It has a cassette player, and it has the real disc player. And just for special purposes, it comes with, oh, wait. A little bit further on. We got to get into these pictures. You ready? It comes with a Rolling Stone Through the Past LP.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what an LP is, Alex?
I don't.
She's young.
It's a long play album. It means that it's almost an entire CD worth of music, but a CDs still are longer than a long play.
Okay. And this
Yeah.
whole thing functions. It works.
Uh-huh.
Does it have emergency
Player.
weather radio channel on it?
Pardon?
Does it have an emergency weather radio channel?
No, Kirk.
Well, Dennis, those are important
Yeah.
things to know.
Oh, they are?
No, I mean,
The features,
Yeah,
the features
you might want.
of the machine. You got to know everything. And if it had an emergency weather radio dedicated channel, that would add to the value.
Okay. Good to know. All right. I have absolutely no idea what this would go for. It sounds pretty valuable to me. I totally messed up the ladder, by the way.
Or did you? I've been too busy to be able to follow the thread. You
Yeah.
underpay for it?
Well, Ryan gave me a hint that they usually don't go for less than 400 or 500, so messed that one up. I'm gonna guess. I have no idea.
Kirk, you've been in pawn for a long time. Do you have a? I mean, you're in bike business, but you used to be in pawn. Do you have a hint for Alex here?
Well, here let's do a quick review. Turntable, CD player, USB. Is there a radio? It looked like there was a radio.
Radio.
Radio. I feel like I'm missing something. Cassette.
And the top closes on the record player itself.
Right. So then it becomes a
curio.
Yeah.
You know what a curio is?
Nope.
No.
Isn't that a cereal?
Yeah, pretty much. It's almost the same thing.
Huh. Okay. Do you want some help, Alex?
So, some help would be greatly appreciated. I mean, I have like a random guess, but it's
Let's
literally...
do your random guess and we'll go from there.
Okay, my random guess, for some reason, I want to say 250. I don't know why.
Okay, that's a little high.
Okay. But like, first, what if I did that for the selling price?
If you could get 250 for that, Ryan would be in a lot of trouble because that's pretty good. And don't you think 250 is a lot to get for that, Dennis?
Even with the Rolling Stones album, because though the album isn't in good condition, the album cover, I will tell you, the album cover is open on two sides when it's only supposed to be open on one. You might not have known that, Alex, but you slide the album in, so it's supposed to be closed on three sides, but it's only closed on two, and it's a little ratty around the edges. So
I was thinking around
some of its collectibleness is down on the album.
I was thinking around $60.
For like as your pawning price, or what you would get for it?
To sell. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
To sell.
Then let's do 30.
Okay, $30 is her bid on that.
Sure.
All right, and I'm clueless on this next item. All I know is it's a super fancy mountain bike. Kirk, since you're a bike guy, you know the brand of them.
$1,200.
Hold on, let me screen share here so you guys can see it.
Wait, yeah, okay. This is a little harder than it looks, isn't it? I think Huh.
Okay, so here we go.
You have messages waiting, Dennis.
Yeah, lots.
Hey, anybody watching?
All right.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a great bike. Do you bike ride, Alex?
I don't. I'm a runner.
Oh.
I don't. I feel like you either run or you bike.
Yeah.
I run.
Unless you're in a triathlon.
Which is crazy.
What is that? Swimming, biking, and running.
Yep.
And oftentimes running with your bike. Because the terrain gets really tricky. Do you run in marathons?
I've never done actual marathons. I've always wanted to do a half marathon, but
that's your preferred method of cardio exercise?
yes,
Yeah.
running.
So you know about running
Too
shoes.
bad
Dennis,
Jimmy
do we
wasn't
have
here.
shoes to pawn? Do you pawn shoes, Dennis? Do we pawn shoes?
No,
Yeah,
you
those I would
really you can't pawn running shoes.
You know what we do with shoes, though? We auction them for charity.
That's right. That is right. We auction them for charity, plus your charity. Thanks for plugging. Love you, Kirk.
Plus your charity. That's the one. Okay, let's get her an image of this bike. So, because the suspense is.
Okay, here we go. Back to an image of the bike.
Yeah.
There is the bike.
I got us derailed.
There we go. So there's the bike. Here's the front end there. You can see it's got, you can lock off both the rear suspension right here and the front suspension right there. And it's Diori.
Wait, say that again. What can you do with the rear
yeah.
suspension, Dennis? What can you do with that?
You can lock off the rear suspension so you can make it a hardtail if you want to. So that's what that blue switch is right there, Kirk.
Locking off the rear suspension makes it a hard tail. So, yeah, okay. Do you know what that means, Alex?
Nope.
Because in the time warp, I totally forgot what that means. So hopefully Dennis will be able to help out with that explanation.
All right. So what that means is that this is a full suspension bike. It's got shocks on the back and the front, and these little blue switches right here allow you to turn off the suspension so that then the bike is really hard and stiff, which makes it better for, you might remember this, Kirk, what is it that a stiff bike is better for? Can you remember, or is the time warp just zapping that straight out of your brain? Nothing.
Help me out here. Yeah.
Okay, Kirk.
I haven't been put back together completely yet, Dennis.
Yeah.
What?
What? So, it's easier to climb a hill if you've got a stiffer bike. So when you're mountain biking, you want to be able to turn off that suspension so you can climb up, and then you want to turn it back on so you can go racing down the hill really fast. Does that make sense, Alex?
Yeah.
So it's a nice bike. That's what we're saying here. It's a nice bike.
Yeah,
got hydraulics on it and disc brakes and right, Kirk? I mean, you'd sell this at your bike shop, right?
Yeah, does it come with a cup holder, Dennis?
No, Kirk. Remember, you sell cup holders.
That's
extra.
an add-on sale. Just.
Yeah, you attach those.
Yeah. Oh, you got another message pop up for everybody to see there.
Cool. That's from Hey Kiddo. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm I'm crowdfunding my answer, and I'm gonna say 500.
$500 is her price on that one.
Well done.
All right, good deal.
Yeah.
And
that part of me that's working still, that part of Kirk that knows bikes, he says that I say that's a good price. Good job.
You're down with that, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
That much I remember.
All right, good deal. Okay, so I've got to go back because the other item from the bike shop is, I think, on my phone, but I'm not certain. You may be only bidding on 4 items. The other one was a watch.
A watch.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's yes, this is the high-tech way we are going to screen share. Here we go. That watch right there.
Okay.
It is a Zodiac. I'm not a watch guy myself, but it is one of those watches that are like self-winding. Zodiac is, I mean,
Dennis,
Ryan's a total watch guy, and he says this is a pretty nice watch.
What sign is it?
Movement type, nice watch. Do you think about watches, Kirk?
Yeah, I want to know what sign is it.
It's a yellow and blue zodiac sign.
Zodiac?
Yeah.
What sign? Take your time.
Kirk,
Yeah.
you're from Utah, not New Orleans.
That's a really
In
nice
Utah,
watch.
we don't
That's
know
a
anything
really
about
nice.
signs.
Yeah,
You remember that?
That's a really-
That's a New Orleans thing.
No, well, then the answer would be dollar. Dollar sign.
That's
So-
right, dollar sign.
Is Zodiac like as well known as like Rolex? Because that's the only watch company I know.
No, it's that kind of watch, but I don't think a Zodiac is as nice as like a Rolex or an Omega. But I don't know, you might have to crowdsource this one too, because I ain't a watch guy. I mean, guys, this is the watch I wear and I love. It's a digital white plastic diesel, okay? Like in VIN.
That looks like that would
Yeah.
go really well with Alex's mic.
It would. I'm really surprised you still wear a watch. I don't even wear a watch.
You know, the only reason I wear a watch is when I'm producing an HOA, and all my equipment is occupied doing other things, and I can never like look at the time. So I wear a watch for that 30 minutes prior to a show, just because yeah. Anyway.
Okay, but it's a nice watch. Oh,
you're getting a hint there.
crowdsourcing. Okay. I'm gonna go with that.
Did you get that hint there from Kirk?
I did, and that's what I should buy it for, right?
I think that's what he's saying. Kirk, what are you hinting here?
Oh, yep. Okay. We're gonna go with $100.
All right. Well, that brings to the end, and unfortunately, we can't tell you whether you pawned or died yet.
We'll just assume that I pawned. We'll just.
Okay. That's a good assumption. I'm going to go with that because I'm the producer of the show, and I have none of the actual people who run this show. Oh, wait, no. Kirk is a regular part of this show. I'm sorry, Kirk. So, but I do want to play this one more time because this thing is so freaking awesome. So here we go. Again, John Harris. Please, somebody ping John and let him know that we actually used this totally awesome thing in his show. If I can find it. There it is. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Kirk?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was just letting you know I was ready. What? What?
What? Okay, where'd it go? Oh, it's not in that folder, is it, Kirk? It's over in this folder, right? Yeah, here it is. All right, here we go, guys.
It's time for pawn or die.
You all right, Alex?
That is really awesome.
You okay?
I'm jelly. I want one.
It's
John
pretty,
Harris. I want one just for me, like my own theme song. Wouldn't that be great?
you know what? John actually told me that for $100, he'll make those for anyone. So if you want one for like Glass in the Class, yeah, contact John. Or contact me, and I'll beat him up on the price and sell it to you for $100.
You're gonna broker it? Do I know?
I'll broker the deal for you.
I know that word, right?
You do know that word, yeah,
Oh, I thought so.
because you own a business.
It felt
Yeah.
like it seemed familiar. You know, again that scramble, that time warp. When you get your molecules get put back together, some of the things that you thought you knew were not things that you really knew, but that you wanted to know. Do I get to come back to Utah tonight? Because it's kind of humid over here right now. And it's
Yeah,
about
it's a lot drier here.
It's about, wait, let me see. Let's see what the temperature is in New Orleans right now. Oh, it's only 83. That's good. And the sun's down, so that's feeling pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it's
Okay.
still sea here, and it's dry.
So,
And Ryan
wait.
says,
That's where I was headed, Dennis. Go with it.
no, Kurt, take it away. What did your bromance boys tell you?
That, Alex, you pawned.
Woo!
You pawned.
I feel like I
Yeah,
slightly
Alex.
cheated, but
That is a trigger sound
pawned.
for me. I don't know where that came from, but that triggers.
So-
That's a trigger sound.
yay!
Good job. Good job.
I
All
really-
right, so we're going to have to calculate and
Who-
see whether you are actually
Who's she trying to beat?
better than the duo team from last week who beat out Lance Fields. That was, Kirk, wasn't that horrible when Lance got beat? You know, made me feel like this. It was sad.
Yeah, well, he had a good run. He had a really good run. And was he the first to pawn or die?
He
Wasn't
was the
Lance?
first to pawn or die, and he held his title for like 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Which was pretty
That's
cool.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows a few things. He knows a few things, but I don't think he's
He's a
time
smart
warped.
guy.
I don't think he's time warped. So he hasn't had to scramble yet. We're gonna time warp him up to Utah.
We ought.
That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna.
I can pretty much guarantee you that that is exactly what's going to be happening. As soon as you get back here to Utah, Kirk, and you see this, once your mind is unscrambled,
Yeah.
I'm
Once
pretty
my
certain
molecules
that
are
you're-
back in place.
that's going to be probably the next thing you do is figure out a way to time warp Lance up here and have Lance join you in Jerk's Corner. I'm just guessing that's going to happen.
In where? In Jerk's Corner? In
Jerk's
Murray?
Corner
Oh,
from
Murray,
Jerk's
Utah.
Bike Shop.
Yeah.
And hey, Kirk,
What, Dennis?
who is coming to your store in June to buy a bike from you?
The president?
Come on, you know this.
Chris Davies?
Alex, do you know this?
Is it Chris Davies?
I don't. Can I have a hint?
That part really.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a hint. Kirk, before your brain got scrambled,
Yeah.
you were bat crap crazy about this.
I did know this. I did. Yeah.
Alex, did that help you out? You know who this is?
Yes, I know the reference.
Let me do it. I'm back. Yeah. There's a Colorado connection in there.
Uh-huh.
And what's her name? I know she's in Denver.
I'm going to give you another hint. Her cat's name is Bob.
Right.
Right? No.
Ross Perot.
Bob Ross
Bob Dole.
Perot. That's right.
Oh,
No, this is the cat.
who's the cat?
Bob's
I'll
the cat.
like anybody who comes into the store in June. So I'll get unscrambled because when Mia Voss comes to Utah to buy a bike,
That's right. You're the man.
that's the magic. That's the magic of Mia Voss. It unscrambles the molecules get back together so nicely.
You
Did
know, I
that
just
Rance-
realized
You know
I
that Rance
could've
has a
made this-
pirate costume here.
I could have made this your that sound effect could have been, coming before Bat Crap Crazy, right? Because that's her favorite sound effect. But you're so scrambled, you probably wouldn't have gotten that. It was a little more obscure.
Yeah. So what's supposed to be happening now on this show? What point in the show have we reached?
We are like way over time.
Yeah.
And we're at pill bottle time.
The worst part of the show.
Well,
it's the whole show. This is what we advertised.
I know. We can't lie. All right.
I need a little bit of information. So when you buy pain relievers, such as what's in front of you now, where do you normally do the extraction procedure, and what do you do with the fluff once it's been extracted?
Good question. I don't have a place where I do it because I don't ever do it. I hand the bottle to somebody else and I make them do it. And I always make sure that it goes in the largest trash can I have, and then I make sure I have to throw something away afterwards so I can't see it.
Question. What happens if a cotton ball is completely submerged in water and it's soaking wet? Is that worse? Does that still bother you?
That still bothers me.
Okay. I'm curious. Lance has his own issues that he told me about. I'm not willing to share any of mine right now, but he's relating strongly to that just by he's nodding his head over there like this. Yeah, I get it.
Because it like starts to come apart underwater, and that's like one of the worst parts when you pull it apart. It's like, for me, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, that one's pretty rough. Do you want to know another one of Lance's phobias that he has currently, and it's going to sound, it won't sound silly to you, Alex, because you are a good, thoughtful, caring person. Do you want to hear what it is?
I do.
Well, this is one of Lance's current phobias. It's really, I think, his only one.
Now, is Lance going to be okay with this, Kirk? I gave me a list. I don't want him coming back after me.
He gave me a list.
Okay.
So you know these places where you can go and you can see a bunch of fish in a giant glass building that you go inside?
I do. Aquariums, yes.
Aquariums?
Yeah. Lance does not go anywhere near. He starts to freak out, getting sort of vasodilated just thinking about going to an aquarium. There's no logic to it. Nothing bad ever happened to him there, but he just will not go to an aquarium. And he said it was okay that I'm telling you this, so that we have that. I'm sharing something of his that. Like literally. What, Dennis?
You and I should go down to the new aquarium down there in Draper.
That sounds great. Yeah.
And yeah, we'll go down there and we'll take some pictures of us. Some awesome pictures with the fish swimming around in the background. We can send them to Lance. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'd be all right with that.
Yeah. He'd be okay with that. That wouldn't freak Lance out. What's he?
No. He said it's actually the being on location.
Okay, so the pictures would be okay for him.
Yeah. And now, if we went swimming in the aquarium in Draper, that would be that would make him uncomfortable. Do you want me to ask him? Do you want me to ask him what it is about aquariums that bother him, or?
Yeah,
wait,
he would.
He said that's taking it too far.
Okay.
That's all right. Lance, calm down. Right. We're not anywhere near an aquarium. Calm down. We're just talking about it. Okay.
Okay. All right.
That makes sense better.
Stop talking about aquariums, Kirk.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes. Okay. So I took the lid off my bottle. Oh my God! It's so big. It's such a small bottle. Why does it need such a big? Why does it need such a big, cotton ball? I just don't. Look how big that is. That is ridiculous. That is just wrong.
Can you measure that? I can't. It's hard to tell.
No, because I would have to like unfold it, and that's not. But it's out. It's out, and I'm just gonna put it right over here.
Good job. Okay, yeah.
I'm very
proud of you. Here's an idea I've just thought of. Alex, what if you created something to put in pill bottles that wasn't cotton, that served the same purpose of keeping the pills from rattling around, but wasn't made of cotton?
That would be great. That would be, I don't have a thing about gauze. Why don't they use gauze?
There's a $1 million idea right there.
Right there. For all
born of necessity. Do I say necessity, Dennis? Feel like I do. Feel like I'm getting smarter by the minute.
Kirk, well, actually, Delilah Taylor, monogamous temptress.
I've heard of her.
Just posted something that, she says, Cheryl Duce, Kirk learned a new word, vasodilated. I bet he passed out. What do you think?
Pretty much.
Yeah, vasodilated.
I think I must have passed through Neil deGrasse Tyson's warp and picked up a little something extra. What's that?
Yeah. And also from the audience, Kevin Burns. Bob Boss is not coming to buy a bike. You're really close, but yeah, no. Bob's staying in Denver.
Isn't he the guy with the big hair that paints? Bob Voss?
That's Bob Ross.
It is?
That's Bob Ross.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's starting
to... All right, so Kirk.
Yes.
Since I got your show, every week I walk into your show like 10 minutes before the show, and you're like, all right, so our guest is, and I usually don't know until like 5 minutes before we go live who our guest is going to be, and I'm trying at the last minute, So Kirk, can you get a guest for next week's show? You think you could pull something off? Maybe talk to somebody there in the room or something, so that we could know that we're covered next week. What do you think? That'd be really weird for me to know a whole week in advance. But
what day is our show?
It's wow, your brain did get scrambled. It's a week from today. Remember, like a month ago, we started alternating between Jerk's Corner and.
That's what every other Monday means.
Yeah, every other Monday. So 5:02 next week, Jerk's Corner.
Is that code? 5:02? Is that a code I'm supposed to know? Like police have codes. 5:02. What's that? Do you know police codes?
We start all the shows on the
Were you ever a police officer, Alex?
Was I ever a police officer? No.
How about corrections facility? Anything like that? Were you
No. I think I'd get beat up.
Huh.
I think I just have a face that someone would be like, I want to punch that.
Not if I no. That's terrible. 5:02.
Kirk, were you ever a police officer in Canada or in the States?
I can't talk about that right now. I was a Mountie. I was a Mountie.
Does that count?
Because we got to wear those snazzy hats. That's the only reason I signed up. Snazzy hats. Yeah. And the red coat. It was a red coat, I remember. It was a little itchy.
Yeah. The red coat is itchy that the Mounties wear. You're
so
right.
my assignment, Alex, do you want to help me with this to understand this? Dennis, you're asking me to find a guest for my show next week.
Yeah.
today.
For Dirk's Corner. Because I would like to be able to promote your show in advance. So just thinking that it'd be easier to promote the show if people knew who they were tuning in to watch. I mean, of course, Kirk, everybody loves you, and they turn in to watch you, right?
Well, that's a given.
But it is a given. Yeah.
I'm interesting. I have things to say. I present well.
You do present well.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay, I'll take care of that, Dennis. I'll take care of that. I'll get you a guest. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Like,
you got a name you can drop, maybe?
no.
I
could ask Lance. I bet he
think
would
you
do.
could?
I bet Lance.
Why don't you ask him?
Okay. Hey, Lance, do you want to be on my show next week? I sent you a shirt. What? It's Monday, 5:02. Next Monday, a week from today. What's that date, Dennis? He wants to know the date.
Wow.
Alex, do you know the date of next Monday?
And here all this time I thought Lance was just a nice guy.
We could take today's date
Let's see. It's going to be June already. You can tell that much. Well, I'm looking at my calendar.
Dennis, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it. He says yes.
He doesn't? You sure?
He said yes. He said yes. He'll be on Kirk's.
He said yes?
Show, Jerk's Bike Corner Shop show. 1 week from today at 5:02.
5:02 on the 2nd. It is the 2nd of June.
Well, 5:02. He's challenging. He's challenging us to have the show start on time.
Oh.
That's what he's doing. And Dennis, you just took the pressure off because he agreed to be your guest. You have a week to prepare. You have a week.
Okay. Kirk, can you do me a favor?
Kirk Sherrod, have a week to prepare with you.
Yes. So, Kirk, can you do me a favor? Can you tell Lance, very well played. I definitely deserve that. Yeah. Well,
Tell Lance.
Tell Lance.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right. Hey, Alex, how you feeling?
Good.
We all know that there's actually a hashtag out there that is Duce Standard Time, which unfortunately means that your HOA started late.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I've heard that happen sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go back. Alex, I know I asked you. How you feeling about what you did there just a couple minutes ago?
I feel good. I just don't feel great that the cotton ball is right over there. I feel good about the progress I made, though, but I really don't like it.
We're proud of you.
Well,
We're really proud of you, Alex.
Yeah, definitely. Even thinking about going to an aquarium sends Lance into a tailspin. So he's nowhere near overcoming any of it.
So what is it, Kirk? Can you ask him what it is about aquariums, or should we ask him next week on the show?
That's a great idea, Dennis. I think it's going to be a
Let's
great subject of interest for the phobiacs of the world.
Phobiacs.
I'm not laughing at you, Lance. I'm not. Relax. I'll stop saying the A word. Yeah, he wants to talk about it on the show next week.
Cool. Maybe we could get him to actually join us live from an aquarium.
It's funny, they have one here in New Orleans.
What do you think?
The Aquarium of the Americas.
Yeah.
All of them, all the Americas. Not just
like
America.
take him out tonight and get him completely drunk and get him to agree to.
He doesn't
It's not
drink.
going to happen, huh?
He doesn't drink at all. Well, he
That's
drinks
right.
coffee, but he doesn't consume alcohol.
Like us. You and
See,
me.
and in Utah,
He'd fit in here.
well, yeah, he might. He might. We could help. I think I heard Cheryl
Okay.
chime in. Is that it? Are we? What?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
said
God.
no.
You know what? I just realized the time warp. I'm on a meter here with the time warp, and my window of opportunity. You saw Thor, right? You know how they open.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's almost time for me to get teleported back to Utah.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and close down this extremely lengthy HOA that has ironically kept viewership up. Thank you,
Utah.
everybody.
Just a shout out to Utah Beehive State.
Who dat?
Who dat?
Cheryl says, who dat?
Yeah, Lance was teaching me how to say who dat correctly.
Did he tell you that Cheryl didn't do it right, or did she do it right? You saw the video.
Anyway, Cheryl wants to. This is what Lance said. Anyway, Cheryl wants to say who dat. She's welcome to say it that way. It's
Okay.
But just what I learned in New Orleans and from Lance especially is who dat is a statement with emphasis. It's like a call out to other who dat.
Okay, it's not a question.
No,
Not a question.
no, it's an identifying statement of. It's a rallying cry. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's associated with the New Orleans Saints football team.
That's New Orleans Saints, Utah, and Saints. There's like a whole tie thing between.
Utah got.
Now I can see why you teleported down there.
Yeah, I had to come check it out. But that could be something else for Lance to talk about on Jerk's Corner.
We got a whole big show. I can just see it already.
Yeah. So when you said,
All right, guys.
oh yeah, everybody, 5:02 Mountain Time, next Monday.
Yeah.
Alex,
Next Monday. Alex, what do you want to
Yeah.
shout out to the world now?
That I hashtag defeated the cotton. My new favorite hashtag. Thanks, Cheryl.
Defeated the Cotton. Let's see if we can get her ranking as high with Defeated the Cotton as Glass in the Class.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. My students will find out. I've got a thing for cotton balls, and you don't let students know your fears.
Don't you realize I invited all of your students? They've been watching this whole show.
Oh no, that would be horrible. I have so many of them that would love to mess with me.
this does, yeah, it's going up to the old YouTubes.
YouTube.
They'll never find it.
there's a lot
They
of-
can't find anything. They'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on Palm Boys. Our wonderful guest, Alex, pawned today and defeated the Cotton. So, thank you. Kirk teleported all the way down to New Orleans. Now he's going to go hang out in the French Quarter and get some really great dinner with Lance. And we're all totally jealous. So, Kirk, go enjoy some dinner before you come back up here to Utah. And we'll see you like later this week, my friend.
Yeah, I'll bring you all some beignets. I learned how to say that word too. You know, the pastries covered in powdered sugar.
Yeah?
Yep, I'm gonna bring you all some beignets, mostly for Cheryl, but yeah.
That'd be awesome. Because I know Cheryl would love those. So Kirk, yeah.
They teleport, all right.
Cheryl says they might turn into donuts. All right, guys. We are out here. It has been an unbelievable HOA. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see y'all